Shemu'ėl Bête, 2 Samuel chapter 7. And it came to be when the sovereign was dwelling in his house, and Yah had given him rest from all his enemies all around, that the sovereign said to Nathan the prophet, See now, I'm dwelling in a house of cedar, but the ark of Elohim dwells within curtains. And Nathan said to the sovereign, Go, do all that is in your heart, for Yah is with you. And it came to be that night that the word of Yah came to Nathan, saying, Go and say to my servant David, Thus says Yah, Would you build a house for me to dwell in? For I have not dwelt in a house since the time that I brought the children of Israel up from Mitzrayim even to this day, but I have moved about in a tent and in a dwelling place. Wherever I have walked with all the children of Israel, have I ever spoken a word to anyone from the tribes of Israel, whom I commanded to shepherd my people Israel, saying, Why have you not built me a house of cedar? And now say to my servant David, Thus said Yah of hosts, I took you from the pasture, from following the flock, to be a ruler over my people, over Israel. And I have been with you wherever you have gone, and have cut off all your enemies from before you, and have made you a great name, like the name of the great ones who are on the earth. And I shall appoint a place for my people Israel, and shall plant them, and they shall dwell in a place of their own, and no longer be afraid, neither shall the children of wickedness oppress them again, as at the first. Even from the day I commanded rulers over my people Israel, and have caused you to rest from all your enemies, and Yah has declared to you that he would make you a house. When your days are filled and you rest with your fathers, I shall raise up your seed after you, who comes from your inward parts, and shall establish his reign. He does build a house for my name, and I shall establish the throne of his reign forever. I am to be his father, and he is my son. If he does perversely, I shall reprove him with the rod of men and with the blows of the sons of men. But my loving commitment does not turn aside from him, as I turned it aside from Shaul, whom I removed from before you. And your house and your reign are to be steadfast forever before you. Your throne is established forever. According to all these words and according to all this vision, so Nathan spoke to David. And sovereign David went in and sat before Yah, and he said, Who am I, O Master Yah, and what is my house, that you have brought me this far? And yet this was a small matter in your eyes, O Master Yah, and you have also spoken of your servant's house for a great while to come. And is this the Torah of man, O Master Yah? And what more does David say to you? For you, Master Yah, know your servant. Because of your word and according to your own heart, you have done all this greatness to make it known to your servant. You are great indeed, O Master Yah, for there is none like you, and there is no Elohim but you, according to all that we have heard with our ears. And who is like your people, like Israel, the one nation on the earth whom Elohim went to ransom for himself as a people, to make for himself a name, and to do for you greatness and awesome deeds for your land before your people, whom you ransomed for yourself from Mitzrayim, from the nations and from their mighty ones. And you have established for yourself your people Israel as your own people forever, and you, Yah, have become their Elohim. And now, O Yah Elohim, the word which you have spoken concerning your servant and concerning his house, establish it forever, and do as you have said. And let your name be made great forever, saying, Yah of hosts is the Elohim over Israel, and let the house of your servant David be established before you. For you, O Yah of hosts, the Elohim of Israel, have revealed this to your servant, saying, I built you a house. Therefore your servant has taken heart to pray this prayer to you. And now, O Master Yah, you are Elohim, and your words are true, and you have spoken this goodness to your servant. And now be blessed to bless the house of your servant, to be before you forever. For you, O Master Yah, have spoken it. And with your blessing, let the house of your servant be blessed forever.